Welcome. In this presentation, I'll be discussing the use of playwriting to deepen student understanding of the research process, engage students in the writing process, and improve student writing skills. Why use playwriting at all? Well, as noted by Claudia Christensen Haag in her 2018 article, Let's Write a Reader's Theater Script, historically, drama has been used by many educators to expand both language and literacy development. Drama is frequently used by educators because it helps students deepen their understanding of a given topic. It also increases student engagement in the learning process. Playwriting in particular necessitates extensive planning and revision, thereby engaging students in the writing process from start to finish. And playwriting has been shown to improve student writing skills in a way that transfers to their writing across genres and content areas. Mary Frances Buckley Marutis and Joshua Block make the point in their 2015 article, Putting Research on Stage, that creating opportunities for students to use rigorous research processes in the service of a creative production has implications for deepening students' capacities as researchers. This happens because playwriting requires students to fully understand all aspects of the topic that they're researching in order to convey that information to an audience who may have no background knowledge on the topic. Playwriting also lends itself to an inquiry-based approach, which strengthens students' skills as researchers and increases student engagement. And writing a piece, taking it through the rehearsal process, and eventually performing it is an experiential process, which allows students to, quote, build on their strengths and learn more successfully in many subject areas. Playwriting, by its nature, requires a great deal of planning to either develop original characters and story or adapt existing characters and story into a piece for the stage. This means that it involves reading or performing for multiple audiences, getting feedback from both spectators and actors, revising based on that feedback, and continuing from there. Students often dislike the process of revision, but knowledge of that very specific audience increases student willingness to revise. In speaking with teachers following a playwriting project in a California middle school, Alexander Williams Chizik heard that, quote, students care enough to take it to the final draft, which is like pulling teeth normally. Playwriting also improves student writing skills. Chizik further notes in the same article that the process of drama involves all the important components of writing in an authentic context. Students have to fully understand the basic story structure and elements of a story. They also develop their understanding of how to write with emotion. In a play, your only tools to convey emotion are what your characters say and do. You don't have the luxury of telling your reader or your audience how anyone's feeling. You have to show them. And Buckley, Marutis, and Block noted that in their study, students learned how detailed you had to be to communicate what exactly was happening in the writer's mind. Chizik, as well as David Ellis and Megan Murtha, also found that the improvement in writing skills seen when students wrote and revised their plays then transferred to their prose and nonfiction writing across the board. So how do you use it? I would start with very low stakes playwriting exercises. In my drama class, when students come in, there's a writing prompt on the board and they sit and respond to that prompt for 3 to 5 minutes. From there, I would have students turn those responses into scripted scenes. This gives students a gentle introduction to playwriting, as well as giving them a chance to play with their writing and discover new things about this new form. From there, we could move to writing a piece of reader's theater aimed at teaching a specific topic to a specific audience. This research process allows students to fully and deeply understand their topic And it also brings students through the entire writing process, from planning, researching, and pre-writing, to writing, to revising and publishing and performing their work. And from there, you can do a playwrights workshop, which is just the process of writing a piece, performing for the other people in the workshop, getting feedback from actors and audience, revising based on that feedback, performing again, revising again, and so on until it's time for the final performance. This process provides strong motivation for students to revise. Getting feedback from the actors also helps students to understand where revisions would assist the actors in performing the play as intended by the writer. The workshop process also makes the idea of audience very concrete. Rather than having to sit and write for sort of an abstracted idea of a reader, students know exactly who they're writing for. Another great thing about playwriting is it provides a plethora of material for assessing student progress. All those frequent readings and performances and subsequent revisions provide a ton of material for ongoing formative assessment. And at the end of the process, you have a published and performed final draft for a summative assessment. So why use playwriting? Well, as Buckley, Marutis, and Block note, playwriting is complex and should be valued as a way to enact, represent, and perform rigorous academic research while transforming understanding of a topic. Playwriting helps students improve their research skills. It engages them in and improves their understanding of the writing process, and it improves their basic writing skills in a way that, best of all, transfers across their writing throughout genres and content areas. And here you can see my references and a few more references. Thank you.